What is up, you beautiful collectors and Transformer fans? Thanks for tuning in. Once again, it is the one and only Optibotimus coming to you with another video review. And, you know, I might just be the last Transformer reviewer here on YouTube to review this. It seems everybody's already gotten it. I haven't been able to find it anywhere. And I had to wait for the folks over at Big Bad Toy Store to get their shipment in before I could actually pick this up. But I will finally be taking a look at the new Transformer Studio Series 86 Commander Class Optimus Prime. And this is one that myself and many other people were absolutely thrilled and ecstatic about getting. The Studio Series treatment has been phenomenal. They have essential, whether it be the movie figures, even the video game figures, if it's under the Studio Series line, it's essentially a masterpiece figure, scaled down, price lowered, all that stuff. But it's essentially a masterpiece figure, and Optimus Prime was one that a lot of people were very much looking forward to, obviously for, you know, obvious reasons. And I'm really excited to finally get this as well. Now, it is a Commander class, so it does have a higher price point. You're looking at around $100 for this. Is this worthy of other Commander classes? I mean, we've gotten a Commander class Rodimus Prime. We've gotten a Commander class Skyfire. Is Optimus Prime here worthy of that? Well, we're going to find out in this video. For the package, you can see very iconic image. You got the Transformers logo right there with the scene where Optimus first arrives at Autobot City. He transforms, he goes, and then he's driving, and you see he blasts off into space, jumps in, no, not space, but blasts off into the air, and then he starts shooting Decepticons. You got a couple product shots right there, Studio Series 86. This side here, very up-close image of Optimus Prime. The other side here, very iconic, heroic pose for Optimus when he first lands and he's like, Megatron must be stopped no matter the cost. That's my, I don't know why it sounded like that, but that I can do a lot of impressions. I cannot do an impression of Optimus Prime. That's really unfortunate. Top section here, Transformers the movie, blasting off, much like that. That is super cool. Come around to the back, and you got different product shots, different accessories. He transforms in 40 steps. He's actually a really intricate transformation. There's elements about him that are similar, but then they do things that are different. So, and you'll see that here in a bit, which is really very cool. You can see that he comes with his trailer. He's got roller. He's got the little the thing, that thing. You can have it be a maintenance bay, all that kind of stuff. He does have a display stand, as the Studio Series figures tend to do. It is kind of interesting and worth noting that he does come with his blaster, which looks really good, but he also comes with his axe, which is never seen in the movie. Does that bother me? No. I mean, it's an added accessory, I guess. I don't know really what else you could have included with them, you know, so that's nice to kind of see. But like I said, that never appeared in the 86 movie, and really, realistically, it only appeared, to my recollection, once in the very first episode of Transformers. But for the package, we're going to have to do some cutting on this video, so hopefully you guys don't mind. But for the packaging on this, that's about it. Super excited. Can't wait. Let's get this guy out here and see how cool he actually is. Whew. All right. And here we have the new Commander Class Transformers Studio Series 86 Optimus opened up and out of its packaging, and damn it, this is a good toy. I'm absolutely blown away. Now, I do want to mention something. When you get this in the package, right? This is what it is kind of attached to. Okay, it's this like cardboard thing. And I made a point. This is here. This is here, okay? I feel like Hasbro's being a little cheeky because you got this. You literally didn't need to do that, but You got this like little hole section here. I swear to God, this is meant to be the little platform bed thing that he's on when he dies. I mean, seriously? If they did that, that'd be amazing. Because I could just take this off because it is just, it's attached in there. You can remove it easily. And there you go. You got a platform for him for when he dies. I'm 100%. I'm keeping this. I'm keeping this. I'm definitely convinced they have taken a lot of the Studio Series figures and have given us dead versions of them. Whether it be Ratchet, Ironhide, obviously Brawn. Who else? Prowl. I have no doubt that they're going to give us a dead version of this guy. It just makes sense. Unfortunately, I don't know necessarily if he'll be all gray. Maybe he will be. But that little cardboard piece, they totally could use that. But literally all you have to do, this piece right here is a separate piece. You can mold that in a different kind of like damage kind of look. Put the windows on there where they're cracked because these open up, give us a different face. Turn them gray. Whatever. You could totally do it. You got the background there, which is exactly, I've always, now that I'm looking at this, I wonder if this is like Mount St. Hilary. That's the volcano that the Ark crashes into. I wonder. I don't know. Who knows? It is what it is. Get that out of the way. Here is, and this thing, honestly, I really didn't, here. I honestly have been using this Optimus Prime. This is, I don't remember which one this is. Earthrise? That's what's been in my display. This was his trailer, by the way. So let's not even focus on this. This is his trailer. Which one do you think is better? Let's just play that game for a minute. I mean, you could put this inside this. You totally could. Can these? I don't know if that can. No, those are shoot on it. You could put that in there. You could fit it inside that. Now this, obviously, you can do this. It opened. It had this little guy, which this is a little bit different. You can do that with it. But like even when you look at the back, that's the back section, which kind of came off and could like become a shield, I think. The back section on this, I'm just focusing on the trailer. Look how good this trailer looks. I mean, all the way around, the back section looks like doors. You got the lights down here. I mean, like this is, I don't know what's going on with this. But that is amazing. Absolutely fantastic. Color even looks good. It's a nice dark gray. This is very light in terms of the color. Not that this is bad. I'm being overly critical. I mean, this is just so much nicer. Gorgeous Autobot logo. You got the light gray and the dark gray contrasting beautifully on there. Again, very, very accurate to the cartoon. You got the nice blue section down here. One thing that's really cool about this, you got this section here that I'll show you how to attach it in there. You can take this, put this away. These little bits here rotate out and then spin around. That's different. We usually don't see that. That kind of have like this little section on here like it's a little tire thing. But now you can set that there so that, and here, let me come down a little bit. Get this out of the way because you get the idea that that's much, much smaller. You can then take this section, open this, bring that down. You have the ramp, and you can see again, very nice texture detail on there with like the little treads. And then you can take this, bring this down. These little sections kind of sit on there, so it kind of gives a good sturdy base, so that does it, like flop down. And then you have all the stuff on the inside here, which again, very normal for Optimus Prime when you're looking at like much more expensive Masterpiece scale kind of things. You got roller here, which actually attaches to this guy. Does it a little backwards though. It's kind of weird, honestly, because he attaches the front, so you can, and then it locks in right there. Kind of wish it had actually locked in on the back section, because then it would deploy a little bit easier, but I guess it makes sense, because he's gonna go like this, and he's gonna charge, you know, he's a electric car or something, so then he backs out, and then it goes in round and drive. Now, I don't have any here with me, but Roller here can hold the little Titan Return figures. They just slide right in there. You probably hold 4 of them in there. It's got the little peg holes right on here, so yes, you can, much like with all of these, you can come around here. It's got that little hole. You can then take this, and yes, he can tow the trailer. I should have brought Huffer out here. I didn't think about that, but I'm sure Huffer probably can do it as well. So you got Roller, which looks really good. Again, great detail all the way around. Solid, you know, like there's no gaps or anything like that. Really very, very cool looking there. You got blast effects. All this stuff pegs into the inside. So you got nice storage for the weapons. These little blast effects are different than these blast effects, which is nice. But these don't necessarily have the same, well, I guess kind of they have the same hole. So smaller and everything, but then you got his ion blaster, which very classic looking. You can take this, you can plug that on there if you wanted to, but it is designed with these guys, so you have that blast effect going on, which looks really cool. You have that section, you got these little tiny holes on the side that actually lock in to pegs on there, which is interesting because you got, like, for example, the little peg hole is right here, and then you got these little sections that kind of hold it in place. So you literally just kind of, where's that little hole? Here we go. Get that in there and push that all the way down, and then you can see that it lines up with the fatter section, and then the skinnier section goes down here. So it's interesting to me that they chose to do that. He also does come with this Energon axe, which again pegs in via a little post right there. You know, it's kind of the same. Well, it's a little bit, well, maybe just because it's thinner, but molded in the same kind of plastic. I don't want to lose those. Don't lose things, Paul. So you got his Energon axe, which you can attach to his hand very easily. You just rotate his hand around. I'll show that. You got the little peg hole right underneath there. Again, kind of weird that we got that because he didn't use it in the film. It is what it is. But great blaster, as you can see, with the dark gunmetal gray kind of. Well, no, it's mostly no, it's kind of like gunmetal gray. Silver section right there. Then you have this bit that is removable, but you can also extend it up, and you have the little bits that are, again, very classic in terms of the overall look for it, and you can just put that right back, meow, just like that. Now, this does open. Let me get this. That does open, but you can't fit anybody in there unless you have one of those original Micromen figures. I feel like maybe one of those, because those were super, super tiny, smaller than the Titan Master figures or whatever they were called. But you could fit that in there, I feel. So you do have that. And then again, you can take this, set this like that. You have this entire thing set up like that. Boom. Now you can put Optimus here and have him doing like repairs if you wanted to do that. One thing that's also really very cool about this is that there is additional storage for something. When you come around here, close this all up. Well, you don't really have to close it up, but just going to do it for the purposes of it. This back section here, if you give you can see it attaches right on this section. If you kind of give it a little push, if I can do it here, it's hard. Come on. You just kind of push that away. Maybe. No, come on. This little section, I mean, it gets in there very, very, very secure. I don't know why that's, there we go. Pull that out, and then you can see that hinges down, which is nice. And then the little explosive flame things that he uses in the vehicle mode that we saw in the Transformers movie. Lock that in there again. So now I'll never be able to get that out. Rotate that back around. Those actually store here, which is really nice. I like that. And like I said, you got that whole storage section, which is literally designed to hold these, which is really very, very cool. And then you'll just attach these to the underside of them, and it'll give him a blast effect launching himself in vehicle mode. So super, super cool with all these accessories. I'm really very impressed with it. And like I said, overall the trailer looks great all the way around. The door detail looks great. The little back guard section with the tail lights there. Everything on this looks fantastic. I am so impressed with just the trailer. That blows my mind. It really, really does. Now for Optimus, again, we're going to do a comparison here real quick. This is, like I said, I think this is the Earthrise one. Maybe Kingdom, something like that. I don't remember. Maybe it is Kingdom. I don't know. But you can see that, obviously, this is the Optimus that I've been using in my display for quite some time. But when you compare the two, and honestly, when I first found out about the Studio Series one, I thought they were just going to remold this guy. Nope, not at all. The way that they did this is really quite impressive. They overhauled everything, which is absolutely amazing. There are elements that are similar-ish to a degree, but completely different. If you'll see this when I'm transforming this guy. But you can also see a good size difference between the two, which is noticeable and it's impressive. I really do appreciate it. Now, one part that I always appreciated on this guy was he didn't really have a backpack, which obviously you can tell. This Optimus does have a backpack. Now, in the cartoon, and I went back specifically to watch the scene where he's fighting Megatron, he does have a little bit of a backpack. There's like no backpack here. It's not as big. It's about half the size of this. So if you were to like eliminate half of this, that would be more accurate. But honestly, in hand, and I thought the backpack was really going to bother me, and it honestly doesn't. Now having this in hand, it's apparent that he's got a backpack. But honestly, like from there, you don't really see it. But I thought that this was going to be a far superior figure because his backpack is a little bit more scaled down. Obviously, he does have the weird kind of like tire butt cheeks thing going on. But he does have a little bit of a backpack. His is definitely bigger, about half the size. Too big, or maybe 2/3. I don't know, but you can see the coloring much different, much more cartoon accurate on this guy with like the white, the nice solid blue legs all the way around. You got the little gas tank, I think, on the side. That's accurate. Again, hides the tires very, very well. These tires are just like right there. His tires are inside his legs, and everything kind of seals up very nicely all the way around. There are no like real hollow spots on this, which is quite impressive. The cartoon accuracy of maybe it should be a little bit lighter of a blue, but the larger size of that really does have that very cartoon accurate look, where this is pretty decent. And again, comparing the two, it's not fair really to do it. This is not necessarily meant to look like the cartoon version of Optimus Prime. This is honestly, like I said, a scaled down version of a Masterpiece figure, which is mind-numbing. Great detail with the head, very nice gray mask. You got the blue eyes that are in there that you can kind of sort of see, the blue eyes with their nice Autobot logo on the side there. The yellow for the bits. One part that I'm kind of annoyed about are these. I have tightened them with floor polish, so they don't spin around as loosely as they did when I got them out of the package. But there's also like a little notch there, and you can see like a little divot that it lines up to, and it sits there. I wish it kind of locked into place a little bit better. That would have been nice. But also on my particular one, the leg, not so much here, but this is a little bit loose. The legs are heavy. That doesn't do it on that side. But this is a fairly weighty figure, which is quite nice, quite impressive. He even has the little blue butt section, which again was accurate to the cartoon. Very, very well done. I mean, just overall extremely pleased with the design of him. And like I said, Commander Class, so he is a bigger figure. Let me bring in, here is, because again, have not done a video review on him. Don't know if I'm going to do a video review on him. Just, I don't know why, but here is Springer. So you get an idea. He's bigger than Springer is. So that's cool. It works on every level with this Optimus Prime figure. He just really does exceed all of my expectations, to be totally honest. Articulation is also really impressive. The head is on a ball joint, so you do get a little bit of up and down and then the side to side. I do kind of wish you could pull it back to make him look up a little bit more, but that's okay. These arms are really cool. So you have a butterfly joint. When you pull it all the way out, it obviously looks weird. So I would definitely not do it too much. That at least kind of covers some of the gap. But you also have this other joint that's kind of part of the transformation. So you got a lot of butterflying that's going on both sides, and then that locks into place. You can rotate it all the way around, goes up and down, rotates, very stiff joints. While some of them are loose, some of them are also really stiff. This one is a very stiff joint. You got the rotation there. You have a 90-degree bend at the elbow. I do wish there was a little bit more of a degree, of a bend so that you can get that. I mean, you can make it happen where you're going to be able to open up his chest. You got to kind of detach a lot of this stuff here to kind of angle that right, but you can definitely do it. So I guess you don't really need that extra range of motion. 90 degrees is fine. The wrist does rotate all the way around. The fingers are individually articulated. Also, you got the fingers at the bottom section. You got a knuckle, and then the main knuckle down here, and then you have a trigger finger, which that one, come on out. Well, you got a trigger finger as well. I'm going to keep that tucked in because you need to keep that tucked in when you're transforming them. Come down to the waist. He does have a waist rotation, which is nice. Solid, very, very firm joints there as well. These little skirt pieces do move out, so you can move forward and back. You can get that full-on jump where he's, doing that thing that he did when he was flying through the air. In and out, rotation at the upper part of the thigh. Very deep bend at the knee, as you could see. Covers everything up very nicely. The ankles come down. You do have some toe articulation, and then also, when you pop that out, you also do have a ankle pivot as well. So you can get, a good wide stance. See how wide? Oh, well, I mean, he basically can do the splits. So there you go. So for the most part, full range of motion with the guy, which is really very, very impressive. Even if you want to bend his arm backwards, that's kind of part of the transformation that you'll see in a bit. For his accessories, his gun, you can store here in the back. I can't remember where it is, but there's a little storage spot somewhere, but whatever. You just take this, open this up, pull his fingers out. Come on. There we go. And I like how it's actually curved around, so you can actually get that in there pretty decently. Get that finger inside there. It creates a little hole right there, so you can have him hold his gun. Perfectly fine. Or you can do the Energon axe, which all you do for that is you split this open, take the hand, rotate that all the way around, and then close that. Then you got the post right here, where you take the Energon axe and put it there, or like that, I guess. So you can do that if you want to. All the different accessories work perfectly fine with them. The other thing that he has, you can't have Optimus Prime without a functioning matrix of leadership section. This section here opens like so. Again, you can very easily, like I said, I keep moving that around. You very easily get that to rotate around and get him opening his chest. So you could really do that. You have this little section here, which is a little bit different than how it looked in the cartoon, but it doesn't bother me that much. That lifts up, and you have the matrix on the inside. It just pegs into a hole there, but you got the little tiny matrix. I feel like we've gotten this matrix before, but you got the very nice blue jewel on the inside there, the gold color. Yeah, that's actually a really nice jewel there. And then you got the silver for the handles and such. So you can, Ultra Magnus, it is to you, old friend. And then he drops it. I'm like, what a schmuck. Puts it back in here. Pegs right in. Closes that. Boom. Nailed it. So lots of amazing detail. Lots of playability with this guy. Looks amazing in this mode. Probably the best of it. The truck looks good as well. But I think that most people are going to keep this guy in his robot mode here. So now let's get to the transformation. Let me clean some of this up. I'm going to do a brief cut. So right after these brief messages, we'll come back and show you how to transform Optimus Prime into his truck. Now, first transformation, it is pretty complicated, which is really fun to kind of do, but there's a lot of steps that's involved. First, what you're going to want to do, come around here to the underside, and you're going to just wedge your finger in there and pull this panel off to the side. Rotate the fist around and then collapse that back in. You can do that on this side as well. You want to make sure that the fist, though, is fully compressed like that, so when you rotate it around, it'll sit flush, just like so. Then get these kind of out of the way, because if you don't, it'll mess it up. Rotate at the bicep there, and then fold that up, and then just lift this, get this out of the way. Do that on this side as well. Rotate at the bicep, and then bend backwards at the elbow again, lifting that up, kind of just keeping that out of the way. You want to take his ears and slightly bend them forward, just like so. Sorry. Then come around here to the back, take this little butt piece, fold that down just like that. And then take this, lift this piece up, and then fold this down just like that. You can take these little panels here, fold those out, and then take these little side bits, lift those up on both sides. Then you want to detach, not detach that, lift this. Oh no, okay, so we're going to rotate his head around and put that in. This is really stiff, so just kind of give that a good solid push there. Once you have this kind of down, you can then rotate that just like that, and then rotate here just like so. So now you're going to bring that section here in the back. This section here comes around to the front of them. Just kind of leave it like that. Open these bits up just like so, and then this is going to come down. This part right here, which is now the faux grill, you fold this out, and this is hard to reach in here and get. So just kind of try and put some pressure in there to kind of pull it up. There we go. Pull that forward like that. Lift this right there, and then take this entire section, just shift that up just like that. This part here can then, oh well, wait, hold on, let me lift that back up. Come on, shift this back. Hold on, mess that up a little. There we go. Once you have it like that, I'm sorry, you want to take these and tuck those back down just like that, and then you can shift that up. There we go. Oh, and I popped his, oh no, there we go. Okay, it's gonna stay like that. Then take these, fold these out, just kind of get them out of the way if you want to. You don't really need to, but you're going to take this back section here. This will fold up right there, and then that's going to sit on that section. And then these will hinge inward. So there's a lot of very small steps here, and then you're going to collapse that right there. And then you can bring these arms back. And then you have a little tab and a slot bit right here that's going to lock in here. Once you get that in, once you get it in, then there's going to be another section. You just rotate this, swivel this down, and kind of tuck that in right there. Then you got another on the you can kind of see it on the underside here where you'll slot that in. There we go. So again, and I'm just going to keep that out of the way for right now. Bring this back and in. That will lock into place. That's a really stiff joint. Bring that right there. And then you can see right underneath here, that's where that little other tab slot connection is. So once you get that in, that'll be there. Just fiddle with that till you get that to lock into place. Come on. There you go. Make sure that that's all squeezed in there. And that's not lining up right. So what do we got? What do we got? So you're gonna slip that right inside that section. There we go. Just like that. And then squeeze that. There. Perfect. Then keep that all there. Take this section right here, fold this out, and then there's a double hinge, so you want to make sure that you have it bent like so, and then bring that up. That will lock into place right there. Do that on this side as well. Fold that out. Keep that straightened down. Fold that up. Lock that into place, and everything looks... There we go. That was nice. All right, rotate that around. Keep that there. Now you come down here to these legs. Legs are pretty simple, honestly. Apparently there was a situation where like there's a misassembly with this. I don't honestly know. Mine seems like it's fine, but some people were having issues with it. You want to take this entire section. This will detach and swivel back. Once you have that done, you can take this piece and you got little tabs and everything that lock in the inside of the tire. So you just kind of lift that, kind of pull that away a little bit, bring it down. That will lock that into place, just like so. Okay. Now we come down here to the foot or the legs. These panels in the front will rotate around from the front to the side. Those will tab into place there. Then this is also kind of tricky. You got these little bits here that you have to pull out. Do that on both of these sides. There we go. And you can pull that little middle piece. You can kind of see that there. Pull that out. Then you can bring these two halves together. Lock those just like that. Then once you have that pulled out, you can then point the toe. Maybe fold this down, fold this down, bring the toe. Why is the toe not coming? Oh, because that's not all the way straight. There we go. Make sure that's all the way straight, and then bring it in. And I had to detach that, so squeeze that together. There we go. Just like that. So now you're almost done, but you have this little piece here that folds forward. Now this is a little bit annoying. Honestly, you got this little slot right here that when you bring this over, it's going to slot in there. It doesn't really do a very good job of it. But then you also have these tabs that you can see. These come down and line up there. Easier just to kind of just get those lined up and then squeeze that in, and that kind of sort of puts it where it needs to go right there. I can't really tell, but at least it's locked in on those little sections right up there. Then come around here to the side. This bit here will rotate around and then spin this around. Just kind of keep it out a little bit. And then again, you got on the inside here a little slot that's going to line up with that, but it doesn't really line up all that well. So you kind of keep it out a little bit, bring that up, and then you have a tab slot piece up here that locks into place, and then you can kind of squeeze that, and that will lock it in if it's lined up properly. Do that on this side as well. Rotate that around, and that's a little tab that's going to go underneath there. So bring that up, and then once you get it kind of away from the tires, you can then rotate that around and bring that all the way up. Give that a push to lock that into place. Just like that. Squeeze. Like, I feel like that's not all the way in there, but let's see. Then the last bit is these tires. You rotate that around, and when you're done, there you have Optimus Prime in his truck mode. And this is really, again, very impressive. The way that they did the back section, it's not just a simple kind of Optimus Prime truck. Bringing in that other one, you can see, like, the legs are extraordinarily simple, but you can see a big size difference here as well. There's all this stuff here too. So let me get that out of the way. You don't want to see all that. You can see the big size difference here, where the legs literally just fold back and you point the toes. At least this does something. I feel like that's kind of like pointing forward a little bit. And you can kind of see, like, right there, it's not locking in all the way because that side bit doesn't go in very well, and it's frustrating and annoying, but it's not that big a deal. You barely can notice it, but you can see big size difference between these two. But you can't. Now that I'm looking at it, it does look as if, see, so it's like underneath here, you can't really get that lined up all that well, and that's kind of annoying. But you get the idea. Huge size difference, though, realistically, between the two, but so much more accurate looking. I think they did a breathtaking job. And then, again, bringing in the trailer, this is incredible to me. I mean, there's that. Where's the other? Oh, what'd I do with the other trailer? Where'd it go? I don't know where it went to. There's no way, Morgan, that you stole that trailer. There's no way. It probably fell somewhere, but you get the idea. I mean, that just looks stunning. Get that out of the way. This is absolutely fantastic. It really, really is. Of course, you can have roller. You can store all the weapons. And then this is the part that I was talking about with these little thruster things. Now, they come in two pieces that you attach just like that. Now, you do kind of see how, like, there's a little section on the outer bit. That's going to go on the outside. And you got these little tab sections here. So you literally just take this. Here, put that there. And as long as you keep that little slot section on the outer section, you line that up. Just kind of friction that in. Do that on this side as well. Friction that in. Just like so. And now just kind of play with that, angle it in. Now, now you have them launching into the air. And you can leave this attached to it because he did actually have that still attached when he was doing it. You can still leave that attached. But that is so cool. And you can have that dynamic launching in the air look that he had when he first showed up to battle the Decepticons. I mean, I think that's really super, super fun that they included something like that. They didn't need to, but it was realistically a very iconic scene. You know, when he goes in, one Autobot, Optimus Prime, taking on, like, all the Decepticons, like, literally almost all of them, and blowing them away. I mean, it is really quite impressive. This entire set is super well done. Again, great detail all the way around. The color looks really very good. Even, again, not that this is a bad figure, but you can see the big size difference. And I'll be totally honest, I thought that this was going to be just like a heavy retool of this. I couldn't have been more wrong. This is outstanding. This is a beautiful figure, extremely well done. The only minor criticism that I have on it is the backpack, which realistically, as I talked about, it's not that big of a criticism. It's pretty decent, you know, comparatively speaking, when you look at how it looked on the animation and things of that nature. This just nails it. I mean, this is a wonderful representation. Easily one of the best representations of Optimus Prime, other than the Masterpiece, which, again, it's so hard to compare this to the Masterpiece, but, I mean, when you're looking at the price and such, but realistically, it's as good as that for a third of the price. I mean, because that Masterpiece one was probably like $300 or something like that. This is $100. So a third the cost, and honestly, just as good. I love the fact that you can store... It's hard to get in here. I love that you can take these, just put that in there, put that in there. That closes up. Love the fact that you can do that. All these weapons, all of it, and you can, you know, take this if you still wanted to. Like, oh no, well, why would you want to do that? Yeah, there's not really a spot because you can, whatever. Oh, maybe put it there. Oh well, you got these little square slots that I guess you could probably fit if you wanted to do that. But like all of this stuff is just extremely well done. I mean, it's a Commander class. I know a lot of people are kind of critical of the Commander class when they come, because when you think about it, we got the Commander class with Rodimus Prime, now Optimus Prime. Big part of it is the trailer. Both of them came with a large trailer, and it's different than having an entire standalone figure like, say, Skyfire, which was a Commander class, but didn't have a trailer to kind of go along with it. A lot of the engineering that is, or a lot of the cost goes into the engineering, and I think that the engineering for Optimus is extremely well done. Vehicle mode wise, looks fantastic. I do wish I could get some of these tabs to line up a little bit better. I mean, that's, you know, really the only criticism I would have for the vehicle. The transformation is simple, but there's a lot of small steps that really do have to be followed in order to do it properly. But it is an involved transformation. 40 steps, I think, is what the box says, and I obviously, yeah. I mean, and they're decent steps. It's not just like I said, folding his legs back. There's involved transformation with his legs and things of that nature. And then robot mode is outstanding. The backpack is there. It's about half the size bigger than it should be, but it's still a toy that, you know, pieces need to kind of go different places. So I understand it, and I think that they did a pretty decent job of kind of bringing it all together. This is one of the best Transformer figures that they've done in recent years. It's Optimus Prime. This is one that they needed to nail. They absolutely did, and there was a lot of what do you call it? Expectations on this being a Studio Series 86 release. A lot of expectations on this, and I think that they exceeded them in spades. They absolutely blew this guy away. Now we're just to wait for the inevitable repaint of him into a gray, lifeless body that has battle damage all on him. That'll definitely. I gotta believe that one will sell. I really do. I know I'll get it, but there you go, guys. There's my look at the new Transformers Studio Series 86 Commander Class Optimus Prime. If you would like to add this to your collection, He is available right now online at places like Big Bad Toy Store. For that, I will put a link right down there in the video description where you can swing on by BBTS and add this guy to your collection today. But beyond that, my friends, that's about it. Thank you all so much for tuning and watching. Don't forget that if you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button to let me know that you liked the video. Also, if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe in case you haven't already subscribed. That gets you instant email notifications whenever I upload a new video or even go live, which I've been doing a lot more lately just because I've had more free time. And my live shows are fun, if I may say so myself. But that's about it, guys. Thank you all again so much for tuning in and watching. And please, 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 always remember that the real trouble with this world is that too many people grow up. Thank you for watching, and until next time, this is Optibotimus saying adios, au revoir, and roll out!